What's going on? My name is Dustin Smith, better known as Bones, and welcome to BonesyTV, where today we're doing something that I didn't even think was possible, which is to be able to play a full ice game of 3v3 hockey from your living room in VR, which is, as of today, available on NHL Sense Arena. This whole thing blows my mind. So with this new mode, not only can you play a full ice game of 3v3 with your favorite NHL team, but you also have an opportunity to chase the cup alongside the real NHL Stanley Cup playoff schedule. So as each round progresses, you and your team can battle your way for a chance to win the Stanley Cup. But of course, now I gotta pick my own team to play with. And like I said earlier, you can pick any team that you want, whether they made the playoffs or not, which means I could go with the hometown team, the Nashville Predators. Of course, they didn't necessarily have the season they wanted this year, and I did win the Stanley Cup in VR with the Preds last year, so I think this year we kind of have to change it up a bit. And then as an emergency goalie, I had an opportunity to dress with the Boston Bruins. Also, not necessarily a team that had the year they wanted, so I don't know if I'm gonna go with the Bruins this time. And of course, with the return of Landeskog, the Avs could be a fun team to pick up here, but I don't know if they're necessarily the ones to go with either. But there is always the returning Stanley Cup champs, Sergei Bobrovsky, Brad Marchand. This could be an exciting team to watch in the playoffs, so I think I'm gonna go with the Florida Panthers. Let's see how it goes. To start, you'll be playing 3 full periods of hockey. You can decide to do 3, 5, or 10-minute periods. Honestly, I decided to go with the 3 minutes, which you can change here in the settings. There's a couple other options that you can play around with in this settings menu, but enough waiting around. Let's go ahead and jump into our first 3v3 hockey game. I'm like, it's playoff time, baby, let's go. Okay, so these graphics aren't exactly top-notch, but that's kind of to be expected with these VR games, but man, I still can't believe I'm about to play a full ice 3-on-3 game in my living room. Dude, let's go. All right, opening face-off, boys, let's go. So first things first, everything in this 3v3 mode is gonna be done through your controller, so you don't need any kind of stick mounts or anything like that. And things like skating around are gonna be done through the joysticks. Okay, well, skating is absolutely crazy, which is kind of a crazy feeling at first. And if you're feeling a little uncomfortable with this, don't worry. You can jump into the menus right away and turn on the vignetting, which is gonna help tremendously. All right, let's turn this vignetting on. Oh, that's much better. But speaking of skating, you also have a speed boost at the press of a button. You just press the grip button on the inside of the controller. But like any other speed boost, you have to use it wisely because it doesn't last very long, and of course it takes a little while for it to charge back up. All right, let's see the speed boost. Oh! All right, we gotta get back into play here. Speed boost. As a player playing with 2 other teammates, you also have the option to call for a pass. So when you say pass or yeah or here, you call for the pass and your teammates will pass the puck. Yeah, pass. Oh. Yeah. But you're gonna have to be careful here because your teammates are gonna pass the puck to you whether you're open or not. And this could lead to some pretty bad turnovers, which I may or may not have pulled off a few times. Yeah, pass. Oh no, bad turnover. Sorry, coach. Now when it comes to handling the puck, Sense Arena has created a feature called sticky pucks. So when you go to grab the puck, you press and hold the trigger button and the puck will stick to the blade of your stick. So when you're skating around and stick handling, it's able to stay right there on your stick blade. And of course, when it comes to making a pass, you make the same passing motion you would with a regular hockey stick, and then you just release when you want the puck to be released from your stick. Here you go. And of course, the same thing goes for shooting when you're trying to score a goal, but I will say, scoring isn't exactly easy in this game, so sometimes you gotta make a good pass to a teammate and let your teammates do some of the scoring too. Now another really cool feature that Sense Arena has put into this game is the ability to switch players at the press of a button. And when you do this, the game slows down a little bit as you teleport to this new player. Oh man, am I behind this play? Let's swap players. Oh, there we go. Now we're in it. Oh, that's me up there, swap. Yeah, let's go. But in my personal opinion, a really cool feature is to be able to swap to the goalie at the press of a button, which is a little bit more of my expertise. All right, enough of this player stuff. Switch to goalie. Let's go. Oh, whoa, at the face? Come on. Here we go. Oh, big, quick shot. Yeah, no, you got nothing, dude. Here we go. Can't even hit the net, dude. Does your coach know you're out here? Swing and a miss. That's a save by me. Yeah, that's a save. Get this out of here. Oh, off the post. No. Can't be giving up goals like that. On top of being able to switch between players and jumping in and playing goalie, you also have the ability to throw hits when you're playing B. Yeah, get hit, bud. Yeah, you got nothing, dude. That's my puck. Big hit here. Yeah, dude, my puck.
Yeah, you got a big hit here. Yeah, dude, my puck.
Of course, throwing hits, lifting the stick, and a good old-fashioned poke check makes anyone an effective defenseman. So it's kind of cool to see that they've added the ability to play both sides of the puck in this mode. But let me know what you think of this new 3v3 playoff mode. What team are you going to go chasing the Stanley Cup with? Do you think you have what it takes to score a game-winning goal, step up in the defensive zone in the dying minutes of a game, or make that game-winning save to win the Stanley Cup? Because crazy enough, you could do all of that from your living room with this new mode from NHL Sense Arena. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and as always, we'll see you around.